All right, everybody. I have a heartfelt confession today to make to you on this video. I hear that all of these top marketers have figured me out. The ruse behind don't say that and complyly. That is true. I am a spy for the FTC. Come on. You gotta be freaking kidding me. All right. I'm a vent.
I want some of that money because you better dang well be getting a kickback if you're a spy.
I want some money first and then.
Oh, shoot. Come on, help me.
I negotiated the worst deal on the planet.
Most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. Yeah. No.
It's got me worked up. I'll be honest. When I've heard this now multiple times, okay, over the last few weeks from multiple people. And there's this narrative that's brewing, and it's got me genuinely upset. And so I'm going to take this episode to vent a little bit, and Greg's here mostly just to listen to me vent, and then as a lawyer to confirm that I did not sign a plea agreement to then turn in my friends. This is the stupidest thing.
Don't tell people. I'm just joking.
Okay, I'm just gonna vent this out. If you believe that, then you're an idiot. You're a moron, okay? For a minute, if you believe this, if you would listen to even 5% of our content, you would know. Here's my favorite part about this. First and foremost, can you please point out one person, one friend of mine around me in the last 2+ years that has gone down? So who the hell am I actually turning in? Number two, newsflash, your marketing material is public. What the hell am I supposed to turn in? Shit that they can already see? Stuff that they're already tracking? What insider knowledge do you think the FTC needs? They can subpoena the crap out of everybody. So it's just, if you're selling yourself this story and believing it for a minute, you're an idiot. And please don't follow me. You know what? Don't take time to read the book or learn anything from us. And I hope you do get hit by the FTC and then come to me and then blame me for turning you in. It's just stupid. And I think it's a narrative being built by a bunch of highly influential marketers who, quite frankly, don't want to correct what they're saying and the bullshit that they're spreading and would rather feel better knowing that I've done something horrific. And the reason this makes me mad is the following. Greg and I have poured our heart into this brand. Literally, our last year's taxes are in, our financials are in, okay? The company that runs this brand lost about $300,000. So if you're out there building this narrative and thinking that I'm doing this, first of all, to make millions of dollars, or that I'm doing this as some insidious technique to turn people in, it's just acidine. It's stupid. Think about, what would I actually have access to? They know everything. You as marketers put everything out there. You talk about your numbers, you talk about your revenue, you talk about your profit, you publicly say who promotes you, you go to events, it's so clear, it's so easy for the FTC. Why would they even need me? Why would they care? There's never been one instance that I can think of where the FTC has even done one of these agreements. So please, for a minute, don't believe me. You don't want to believe me? Don't believe me. I don't care. What you have some kind of common sense, use logic, and just go look around. First and foremost, every case that the FTC has settled ever is public. Please find me a single company or a single person that's a friend of mine that I turned in. As a matter of fact, I've actually helped quite a few friends of mine avoid getting hit by the FTC. Secondly, I've had people, you know who you are, call me in an absolute frenzy, and I've helped save your ass because I've referred you over to Greg, and Greg is busy as hell, can't take on any more clients, and I'm vouching for you, saying, Greg, come on. I'm twisting his arm on your behalf, making him take your case, because you're going to get absolutely railroaded outside with other big firms that you're going to use. So I'm out here pouring my heart out, working day and night, not making any money, trying to actually turn my horrific story into a positive for the industry, and then to hear that the most influential people in the industry have somehow turned me into Satan over it, it's just annoying. Like, just common sense, right? Common sense. When's the last time? Why? What could I provide? That's my actual question. What information could I provide? Now, Greg, the big thing that comes up is, well, he was doing tens of millions of dollars. Now, I've heard this multiple times. So by the way, I would not be addressing this if it just came up one time. I've heard this from multiple places. this little narrative brewing. Okay, so that's why I'm addressing it. It's like, why was his fine only $2.5 million? He does tens of millions of dollars. Well, again, if you freaking watch my video where I talk about this, I explained it in great detail. So for those of you right now, here's the explanation yet again. Hopefully you watch it. So yes, I do tens of millions. You think that's tens of millions a year of profit? No, I got like team members and expenses, and then I have investments. So I've been saving money. I've been doing pretty well. As a matter of fact, go ahead, look and tell me what other marketer at my level had to pay as much as $2.5 million. It's actually very rare. That's actually a very high fine. They determine their fines, of course, by the seriousness of the issue. They also determine it by your liquidity. They want to close the case and be done with it. We've talked again and again about how they determine their fines. So my case, albeit they had 60 million or whatever I had done in revenue on the paper, it became a case about 14 million that I had done on the phone. So right there, the case started at 14 million. And then we negotiated. And you know what? They did get stuck at a very, very big number. And guess what I had? A freaking good attorney. Shoot me. All right, Greg came in, was brilliant at the way we negotiated that. Honestly, truthfully, ethically, all on the up and up, and got it down. It was a case that also they wanted to settle. I think, Greg, you would agree, right? They showed a deep inclination, desire to settle that case. It wasn't one that they wanted to railroad me in the court for. So my $2.5 million, you might think it was a very small number. I spent an additional, God knows how many 7 figures on defending, on collecting material, all the opportunity costs that were lost. They see all of that. That goes into account. They consider that. So if you're going to say, oh, just because he only paid $2.5 million, he's obviously an insider, he's done a plea deal, and he's going to screw us all over. Man, I don't need to be doing this brand to do that. I don't need to launch the Comply software to do that. You know what I can do? Google search. I can just look around and click around and do the exact same thing that the investigators at the FTC do. I'm done ranting. No, I'm not a spy. No, I did not sign some deal. And if you genuinely believe that, go stick your head in the ground and, I don't know, there's a special place and a special place for you. Seriously, it's just dumb, it's stupid, it's disrespectful. Greg, I'll turn it over to you.
I don't know of a single case where somebody has entered a deal with them. Now, Onik knows this. When you enter an investigation with or a settlement, there is always a provision in the settlement agreement that you'll be cooperative with the commission. But I don't know a single case where they'll come and do a side deal and they'll say, hey, help turn other people in. What's the incentive or the benefit for the party that's settling? Zero. They want nothing to do with the commission once they're done, other than to make sure that they stay out of trouble in the future. Nobody likes investigations. Nobody likes lawsuits. You know, it's not like Onik and I are sitting around looking at bad marketing and being like, oh, please, FTC, go after company A, B, or C. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, and none of you are my worst enemy. It's horrible. The process is stressful. Asset freezes are horrible. The investigations are horrible. Like, it's just not a great experience. It ages you. It takes your resources and effort and motivation, and your energy, your good juju goes away. The concept or the idea that a person or an organization would be like, hey, we're going to help the commission go after other, you know what we would encourage the commission to do? Give notification to businesses. I honestly think there are a lot of good actors that are out there that if they were notified by the commission that the commission believed that they were in technical violation of the FTC Act and worked with those businesses, Lauren and Onik was one of those. If the FTC had come to you, Onik, and said, hey, we think you're doing something wrong, will you change this? Done. Yesterday done. I think that there's so much more that would be accomplished and resources saved if they would do that route versus going into court ex parte by themselves, getting asset freezes, taking all their money, and then showing, oh, we collected $2 million for consumers. Because all it does is create additional consumer liability, right? All the people who were getting service that were happy with it, they no longer get service. And that's not like I'm being super critical. Sometimes the FTC has to do that because companies don't listen, but how often could they have done that early on and stopped a business from operating for 2 to 3, 4, 5, 10 years, and have them either self-direct or then say, "Hey, if you don't change this, we're gonna do this." And then do it. And then do it. So I would much rather that for all of you than to say Onik is James Bond behind the scene for the FTC. And what benefit would he get? They pay him? No way. The commission's not paying him to give, and he's being a Boy Scout. He's out there like, I'm doing a good turn. I'm gonna help the commission. No, that's not how it works.
It's
So
just, and just so everyone knows, my goal with this has been to get this community to be large enough so we have a voice, so we can do advocacy, so that we can get an ear at the FTC to take this exact message that Greg said. I think that this is a very powerful thing for us businesses to kind of unite and ask for, right? We have a voice, we can do that. Remember, they are a government organization, and so we are the people, and the government is there to support us. So our voices should be heard, but the voices have to be loud, have to be collective. And like Greg just said, every single person that gets hit by the FTC goes away and says, I just don't ever want to even see it, think about it. I relive this every day. Right? I relive it every single day. And it's not easy. It's gotten a lot easier now than it was maybe a year ago, but it's not easy. But it's also with that in mind saying, hey, I think we can create some change here. I can turn my lemon into lemonade. I can help people. And so I want to get to the point where we do advocacy, but it's going to be really difficult to do that if some of the biggest players in the industry are going around spreading these ridiculous lies that if all they did was take 1 minute, not more, 1 minute and say, let me think logically. If I was really a spy, do you guys think Greg would partner with me on this? His entire firm helps. Yeah, his firm protects people from it. Just doesn't make sense. So please, for a minute, I understand we live in a constant realm of suspicion. And we've convinced ourselves that humans cannot have good intention and that God, Onik would never do this for the right reasons. He must be doing it for the wrong reasons. Okay, I hear you. I understand we're in an industry where there's a lot of people that do a lot of bad things, and I get it. Logic, common sense, resort to that. Call any attorney you want that's a credible compliance attorney that deals with the FTC. Call any of them and say, hey, do they do plea agreements like this? And every single one of them that's worth their weight in gold will tell you no. And so that can then rest aside your issue. As a matter of fact, then people will be like, oh, Complyly, he's going to collect all the database and turn people in with all the material that's being submitted there. And yet here I am spending multiple six figures in developing a portal for attorneys so that everything that you do through Complyly could be protected under attorney-client privilege. And I've spent all that money building that feature. Greg and his team have been advising us on how to build it. They've been demoing it. So really, I understand if you have some suspicion. Don't believe me, don't trust me, that's fine. Use logic, use common sense. That is not what we're doing here. And yes, when I say I will cooperate with them, I did for my case. In my situation, I turned over everything they asked for. I did whatever was reasonable that I cooperated, which is why they settled. They don't settle with people that don't cooperate. But that didn't mean that I was like, hey, get this person, get this person, get that person, get this person, get that person. They don't need it. You guys realize that, right? Like all your stuff is out there. And if anything, look at your own BBB complaints. Look at the complaints that are coming in about you. That's where they're looking. It's your customers turning you in, not me. So if you don't want to follow the stuff that we give here, that's totally fine. But to throw shade is just, you're doing a disservice to the industry, to yourself, and to everyone who follows you. So please stop. Please stop spreading the BS. I'm doing a general address right now. But anyone who knows me knows I take stuff head on. I mean, what did I just do here? I'm not shy of confrontation. So some of you specifically are going to start hearing from me if you don't cut it out. And you might even start hearing from my attorney who's sitting right there. So just FYI. I don't want to deal with it. So that's it. That's my public service announcement. That was what this whole episode was going to be about. To confirm publicly, on the record, with my attorney there, I can't lie, he can't lie, I am not working on behalf of the FTC. We have no relationship with them. They have not reviewed anything that we ever put out. I don't even know if they know about this. but I hope to reach out to them soon. I actually hope to invite them to come speak at our Compliance Summit event. I hope to engage and create a conversation for the good, not for the bad. And with that, I am done. Greg, thank you for being here as I tiraded all over this episode and yelled at everybody. That's all I got, Greg. Anything you want to add before we lock up the episode?
Nope, that's it. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to me rant. I still love you, and I'm still going to be here, and I'm not going to stop doing what we're doing. I think it's good. I think it's great for the industry. The second book is being written as well. I'm way behind on it. Super behind. So I don't know if we're going to hit the April deadline of getting that out, but we'll get it out when we get it out. It's going to be a really good book. I promise you, you'll love it. Some of my team members that have seen the outline and have seen the details have said it might be my best work yet. So I'm excited to put it out there. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Come support us. Buy the Don't Say That book. Join us inside of Complyly, and make sure you join us inside of Compliant Marketing Academy. Spread this message. And if you see anyone spreading these stupid lies, send them this video. Love you guys. Talk later. And remember, if you want to be a giant, go compliant. When life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push the heck back, which is what I just did on this episode. That's an example. See you later. Bye.